Hato Bus has 900,000 passengers yearly. It began regular tourist services in 1949, not long after World War II. When the Tokyo Olympics were held in 1964, an unprecedented boom in Tokyo tourism began. Yearly tourist numbers reached a record 1.23 million. However, after the economic bubble burst, performance took a steep dive. In 2001, the number of tourists was around 520,000. Numbers had fallen to below half of its peak period. Over 20 years, numbers have finally recovered to hit over 900,000 yearly. What was the key to this reversal in fortunes? Hato Bus's planning division manager, who orchestrated the comeback, has this to say.
東京に住んでいる方が東京のはとバス観光は面白いと、言われるようなコース作りをしようと。
The bus tours regained their popularity by showing people living in Tokyo an enjoyable side of their city. And in 2013, another chance to relive its peak period was presented.
Tokyo!
Tokyo was chosen as the host city for the 2020 Olympic Games. It's expected that tourist numbers will swell, both domestic and from abroad. Hato Bus spends every day thinking about fresh new tours that will satisfy such tourists. On this day, they met with the manager at a tour stopover. Even a seemingly innocuous conversation has him reaching for his notebook and scribbling a memo. Why?
一応打ち合わせしたことをずっと記録しておいて、またその過去のこういう話をして、次につなげるための引き出しとして。
In his notes, he's written about a taste test comparison of prime beef. It's possible this could become a real tour in the near future. In the actual pamphlets is a tour for meat-loving men and women, a women's-only drinking tour, and a range of tours to suit everyone, all born from notes. There's also another new idea to help Hato continue its impressive return to form: a double-decker bus. But this is no ordinary double-decker bus. It's an open-top bus. In order to make the open-top bus a reality, they deliberately took off the roof of a regular bus. The course, called Oh Sora Mio, takes it around Tokyo's Skytree. Just after departure, it passes under an overpass. It's almost possible to touch with your hand if you stretch. Once they hit the freeway, they speed up. It's like riding a roller coaster. 30 minutes since departure. After passing Asakusa and across the Sumida River, Tokyo's Skytree comes into sight. As it rises sheer up, the passengers all turn their gaze skywards once more. The towering figure before them is spectacular. An hour costs $15. This tour is popular as a speedy way to see Tokyo's famous sights. Hato Bus celebrated 65 years in 2013. The key to its popularity is innovative ideas.
待たせいたしました。懐かしの昭和ロマンティ高校数2号室のお客様ご案内いたします。
This retro nostalgia course is currently one of the most popular tours. It's so popular, they often need 2 buses instead of 1, even on rainy days. If you're wondering what's so fresh about this idea, the answer lies inside the bus.
ハトバスを退きましてから今日で40年ぶりにマイクを持たせていただいております。一緒にしてほしい。
It's an ex-Hato bus tour guide girl.
じゃあせめて皇室の方なので。
それでは2号車の方参ります。
This lady worked as a guide from 1968 for 6 years. The course for this tour is virtually the same as the tours Hato Bus first began conducting back in 1949. It travels to spots like shrines and Tokyo Tower. To make the experience even more authentic, the guides are all knowledgeable ex-guides from the time.
さあ、そしてここの交差点、ここが、日本で初めて信号機が取り付けられた昭和5年に取り付けられた日比谷交差点。
The guides are well versed on the era. The Hato Bus Company's constantly evolving array of new tours will surely keep it on top for years to come.
Interesting. They were having sushi for breakfast.
Yes, I envy them. I wouldn't mind going on that tour.
It's gorgeous. Well, now I'm curious about what other tours they offer.
Well, there are actually over 110 tours available, such as those that explore Tokyo's nightlights and famous cherry blossom locations, and the famous Hato Bus tours, which were introduced in the video, even offers some tours in English and Chinese. And last year, the number of foreign tourists visiting Japan exceeded 10 million for the first time.
I think I do see more foreigners on trains, restaurants, and on the streets. So I guess the number is increasing, isn't it?
I have the same impression. And furthermore, Prime Minister Abe has announced the government's goal to increase the number of foreign tourists visiting Japan to 20 million by the year 2020.
Well, that's it for this edition of Channel Japan. We have much more for you next week, so make sure you tune in.